What's up, good people? This is Anthony Deloach, and you know, on this channel, I like to share multiple ways and multiple plays for you to earn passive income through cryptocurrency and beyond. And guess what today, guys? I'm going to introduce you to something else that's absolutely phenomenal. Now, it's not going to be me doing all the talking, but I'm going to be interviewing a gentleman that's been in my community for a while. We've had a few conversations, and they've been great conversations. And today, he's going to talk about something that I believe is going to revolutionize everything that we're doing. It's going to change the way we look at passive income through cryptocurrency. So I want you guys to buckle in with me right now. If you haven't done so already, I want you to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I drop a new crypto investing review or tutorial. Now, guys, what I want to talk about today is crypto liquidity pools. Now, I'm not going to try to steal his thunder. I'm not going to try to explain it because he explains it so much better than I would. But he has some in-depth knowledge that everybody can use when it comes to learning more about crypto liquidity pools and how you can earn passive income through it, and why it's a solid way for us to do this without having to deal with a third-party platform or anything like that. So you can really be in control of your crypto, which you know that's been a major thing for us as of late. So guys, without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring on a gentleman that I have so much respect for and all the thing that he's doing. I want to introduce you guys to, and maybe some of you already know, so if I'm just presenting to some of you all, but this gentleman, his name is Eric Majors, and I'm bringing him to the stage right now. Eric, how are you today?
Hey man, I'm rocking and rolling. I'm feeling good today.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that you're having a great day. So a lot of people don't know who you are, but you've been floating around in the space. I've seen a lot of different videos, a lot of different other YouTubers and leaders that you've been working with, and that has been absolutely phenomenal. But I think for some reason, I think you've been in my community the longest, right? Even though you've been dealing with a lot of them, I think you've been in my community the longest. And I said, well, you know what? I need to get Eric on the show so that he can share what he has going on, because I've been watching, and you may not know, but I've been watching a lot of things you had going on, and I've seen how you helped so many people establish passive income and remain in control of their crypto. And I think that's a powerful thing that we need to really discuss today. So I'm going to go ahead and let you take the floor and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background, what you're passionate about, and what we can expect to hear about liquidity pools today.
All right, well, I appreciate that. Great to be here. My background, I'm not a hard person to find. I have a website, ericmajors.com, pretty much gives my profile, my background. I'm on Amazon. I've written books on trading. Basically, my background is in electrical and computer engineering. I got a degree from University of Colorado a long time ago. I'm 54 years old, so I'm almost getting into the dinosaur range here soon. But when I was going to college in Colorado, in the 80s, I worked for a brokerage firm. I was like a cold caller for stockbrokers. And I first saw the computers while I was sitting there calling people. I saw computers trading options. And I remember looking at that screen, just thinking to myself, man, wouldn't it be great if I could write software to trade some of these options right before they're expiring? Maybe there's some way to make some money at this. So I was bitten back then in the 80s while I was still in college, got with Schwab accounts, started really bothering these guys 24 hours a day. I could call, ask brokers questions. And I just became really passionate about the concept of using my degree and the knowledge that I learned to program computers to automatically trade for you and to find patterns in the market. So once I was bitten by that bug, it's never really left. I started putting clubs together in school, I started trading in every market that I could get my hands on. I wound up in futures. It was just something I was really passionate about. Ultimately, I ended up writing a book about it in 1997. And I worked for some big companies, Intel, Ford, Microelectronics, designing chips for automobiles, the Jaguar and stuff like that. So I was always lucky to be gifted as an engineer to be able to do some really great things. But my passion was around trading. I wanted to become a fund manager, so I worked for some fund managers. Ultimately, I became a registered investment advisor and a registered investment advisor firm owner. And my goal was to create my own funds and manage people's money. using systems that I developed. So I've been around for a long time doing that. It's been my passion. I've been fortunate enough to work for some funds all around the world to help design software that helps them to trade. I became an investment banker. I've listed companies on the stock exchange. So all throughout my career, though, I have had opportunities to help. What I always want to do is help the little guy. I wasn't brought up in wealth, but becoming an investment banker, I was making millions of dollars until we had the dot-com bust out there. And I've lived in other countries and different markets and done a lot of different things. So I've been very fortunate to be able to do these things. But other than companies I listed on the stock exchange, there wasn't really a lot of opportunity for me to help out smaller people to trade because all the things that we were designing were for big hedge funds and people just couldn't get access to those kinds of things, and they didn't have the money to get into them. So um, done a lot of work in Forex. When cryptocurrency came along, I saw the light immediately. I was really passionate about that. I wrote a book about it in 2014. It was released in 2015. It was called Dot Money. Um, Wrote a couple books on it. Had a big project that I was getting ready to try to do. I didn't actually want to do the project. I just wrote about it, but other people started a project called Dot Money. And at any rate, over time, we got into the area where AI is starting to come back in a big way that is really usable. I tried to do some AI projects in the mid 2000 range, but the technology just wasn't there yet. We couldn't get it to do what we wanted it to do. But now that it's back, I've been really focused. My focus has been on cryptocurrency. I built some exchanges for some clients in Europe. I'm involved in a lot of different crypto projects. And so I get exposed to a lot of different things. I think it's hard to be an expert in crypto because there's so many things that are going on in blockchain technology that when I go to these conferences or things, as good as an engineer as I am, I still see these propeller heads that know a lot more than I do. But having said all that, that's my background. That's my passion, is trading, and I still trade in all different markets, and I still trade for some fund managers. I'm still manage funds for people. But where I have most of my funds is in crypto liquidity pools. And that's what I wanted to share with you today, because for the first time in my life, I found something that I could show people that I was so passionate about that I could make a course about. And it wasn't going to be like me in the Forex market. I could hand someone a gun that they put to their head and blow their head off. This is something that anybody can do. My daughter does it. My wife does it. Anybody can do it. And it's like a gift from God. I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't invent this, but I was aware of it as cryptocurrency and exchanges were coming online. But it was about back in 2020 that someone actually showed me how much money you can make with it. I actually set up a liquidity pool for a token project that I was on, but I never looked back to see what anybody was making out of that. So when I went to work for a hedge fund one time that was trading nothing but pools, I said, "What are you doing?" And they showed me, and my eyes just blew up. And that actual video of that time when I asked the fund manager, I said, "Can you make me a video of your screen?" Because I had no idea that the earnings were that much. And that actual video is in my course. So so what I'm here to share with you is something that, for me, it's where all my money is, with aside from some money that I put in to develop trading systems. That's what I do with my own personal money. It's something I'm really happy that I can finally share with other people, something that they can use to make. What am I talking about? I'm talking about making 10 to 30% a month without having to stare at your computer all day, without having to be Nostradamus, without having to turn your money over to anybody else to do it for you. Okay. And that's probably one of the best things about this is you take and buy cryptocurrency and you become a liquidity provider for other people who are swapping out of their wallets. Okay. So again, I haven't looked at my computer in 2 weeks well, I have, I mean, I work with it every day, but I haven't looked at some of the pools that I'm in for 2 weeks. And I want to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to give you kind of a quick overview I'm going to share my screen with you, if that's all right.
So I'm glad that you decided to share your screen right now, because this is something that I was going to ask you to do so people could really see exactly what was going on and see how it looks and get familiar with it now. So I'm glad that you're actually going to share the screen so we can see that. And I'm actually going to remove myself so you'll have the floor to go ahead and start sharing what you wanted to share with us.
Okay, and I'll just say back to you whenever I'm done here. Or if you have any questions, obviously just go ahead and interrupt. What I'm going to share with you now is the process of the fundamentals about what is liquidity providing. Okay, so when you become a liquidity provider here, I'm just going to show you this little diagram here. And this is you. And let's say you've got some Bitcoin and you got some Ethereum. So the whole game about how you make money being a liquidity provider is you say, somebody wants to say, I'd like to buy BTC with my Ethereum. So this is a trader comes along. Okay, and this woman here wants to buy Bitcoin for her Ethereum. So you've got Bitcoin. You say, I'll sell you the Bitcoin for a fee of 0.3% of BTC and ETH. So the next phase in this operation is that if she agrees to that, then you go ahead and swap her. You give her your Bitcoin, and now you got 2 Ethereum over here. Now, as a result of this interaction, some things can happen here, but you've just earned about 0.3%. Now, is it 0.3% in every exchange? No, it varies, and we don't really even need to get into that, because just understand that you're selling her this Bitcoin of yours for a fee. You're providing liquidity. Okay. Let's say another trader in this scenario comes running up. He's got a Bitcoin, right? And he says, "Oh man, I heard the ETH is a really good price." Well, yeah, because now I got 2 Ethereum here, and I don't have a Bitcoin, so I'm willing to sell these at a lesser price to get the Bitcoin back. Okay, so again, this guy here says, "Oh, I'd like to buy some Ethereum with my Bitcoin." So he's the trader. So I say, "Okay, I'll sell you some Ethereum for Bitcoin for a fee." And so you are collecting these fees every time somebody trades, right? So I just bought my Ethereum with BTC, and now he's got his Ethereum here. And then he did what is called a swap, right? These traders are swapping out of their wallets, and I just sold you the ETH and made a 0.3% commission in both ETH and BTC. That's how they pay the commission there. So that is fundamentally what is happening. Now, obviously, these pictures here are giving a high level view. In practical life, how do we become a liquidity provider? It sounds great, right? Well, fortunately, there are decentralized exchanges out there. Now, I'm not talking about Binance, and I'm not talking about Coinbase or Kraken, although we use Kraken in the course. I'm talking about exchanges like Uniswap. And what is the difference? Uniswap, PancakeSwap, Orca. The difference is that when you change your fiat, you send your fiat into your Coinbase account, for example, your goal is to buy cryptocurrency and then to sell cryptocurrency and turn it back into fiat to send back to your bank account. That's the only thing that we use. That's the only time we're interacting with really a third party in this transaction, is when we want to buy cryptocurrency and change it back and forth to fiat. But when you actually acquire your cryptocurrency, what do you do with it? Well, if you're smart, what you do with it is that you send it to a wallet like MetaMask. Okay, because you don't want to hold your cryptocurrency in a exchange like Coinbase that's constantly being sued by the US government, or Binance that's also being sued all the time, or FTX, God forbid, that just took your money and ran and just did all whatever they wanted to with it. So you don't want to hold your money in your coin in that exchange. You want to hold it in, in a wallet. All right, so there's a few different wallets that we work with in the course, because we're working on a few different blockchains to get some to earn money that we're looking for. So once you put your money into your wallet, when you want to trade coins that are in your wallet, what do? Well, you click on this button that says swap. What's actually happening when you say you want to swap something for something else? I don't know, USDC as an example. It says it's going out and fetching quotes. Where is it going out and fetching quotes from? It's going out to exchanges like Uniswap to fetch quotes. And if you agree to the price that it shows you, then you perform what is called a swap. Okay, so when you're trading on a centralized exchange, you're trading, when you are trading coins in and out of your wallet, you're swapping. Okay, on a decentralized exchange. These decentralized exchanges live on the blockchain. They're automated. They are smart contracts that are being run 24/7. So there's no middleman that can come in there and steal your money from you unless the exchange get hacked. But we're only working with exchanges that have been around for years, and they no longer get hacked because they plugged all their holes. And these are big exchangers. There's over $1 trillion worth of liquidity being held in these exchanges. These automated exchanges cannot exist without people providing liquidity to them. In other words, they don't just swap money from one wallet to another. They act as the intermediary. So they have to have these coins ready and available to be traded. And the exchanges run automated software tools called automated market making to decide what the price of the coins is going to be. So in the example we had before, when we had 2 Ethereum coins, well, then that means Ethereum is plentiful, so the price goes down according to the software algorithm that manages the trading. The beauty of being a liquidity provider for a DEX exchange is that when you deposit your coins into the smart contract, there's no people involved in this, and you can see everything on the blockchain. You can see where your coins are, and you can pull them out whenever you want to, and you can pull your profits out whenever you want to. So to summarize here, you become a liquidity provider by putting your cryptocurrency into a wallet. Okay, you want to have 2 currencies because the pools always consist of 2 currencies, right? But there's all kinds of pools out there. There's Bitcoin versus Ethereum, and then that exists on many blockchains. You've got USDC versus Ethereum, USDT versus Bitcoin. Any combinations that are popular to trade, you're going to find pools for those things on the exchanges. So you buy your cryptocurrency, you put it into your wallet, and then you deposit them into a smart contract down here. And where is that smart contract? Who runs all that? Who built all that? That is a cryptocurrency exchange, a fully automated, decentralized exchange, also known as a DEX. It uses automated market making to exchange the exchange software and decides the price. Okay. And so you deposit your coins in here, and all this is done for you automatically. When someone else wants to do a swap out of their wallet, like this woman here who wants to do a trade, she has her coins in a wallet. Her wallet talks to the exchange, it fetches a quote. If she likes the quote, boom, it interacts with your pool, and you get part of the fees for that. So all you're doing is you're depositing in here, and all this magic is happening for you automatically. And while you're out to lunch. So my trading day, okay, I'm making about 20 to 30% a month in fees. And on the money that I deposit, you can deposit as little as $100 in here. You can put as little as $1,000, any amount that you want, and you can take it in and put it out whenever you want. You're in complete control. Okay. So my trading day pretty much consists of me waking up, asking my wife what we're going to do today. I have coffee, and then talk to my daughter before she goes to college. And all while that's going on, I'm earning fees. Okay. So I'm going to show you, for example, my course teaches you how to do all this stuff, but I'm just going to show you an example here. Let's look at, here's an exchange that we trade on. Okay, so I open it up today, and what I do is I take screenshots of everything so I can keep track of what I'm making in which pools. So I'm in a pool here with Jupiter coin versus Solana, and people may be aware of this, but the Solana blockchain has had some problems, and so the price of Solana is going down, but I don't care about that. All I care about is this pending yield. This is what I am earning by placing Jupiter coins and Solana into a specific exchange. So I've made $500 in there when I woke up this morning. And how long did it take me to make that money? Well, if I go back over here, click on the right window here. I was at $35 last Friday at 10 a.m. So between last Friday and today, I got out of this pool here, so that was gone. But between last Friday and today, actually it was at $35, I just made $500 off of $7,000. Okay. And I did nothing for that. This weekend, I went out and just hung out with my daughter, with my wife, and her boyfriend, and we had a grand old time. And now I can just come in and I can harvest that money anytime I want. Look, while we've been talking in the last hour, it's earned more. It's up to 511, and I could just harvest the money. If I want to, I can add more to the position at any time. I can withdraw however much I want to. I can draw it all or just some. I can take out however much yield I want to, or not. Okay, I want to leave that yield in there right now. Another example, and I show you how to do all this in the course. Now you could figure this stuff out yourself. It's going to take you a couple months, and it's going to be like reading Egyptian hieroglyphics. Okay, but while we've been on the call here, I went ahead and entered a position. I'm just going to try to find it here. Ethereum versus USDC. Let's see what happened here. I have some automation. So I hadn't earned any fees yet when we went in there. And I want to show you, but although it actually closed out that position automatically, all these things are happening automatically. So this has already been closed once and it's back up to 150. So it's just in a couple of, this is actually, this $1.50 has happened in just the space of a couple of minutes. Okay. And there it just closed this position, and this is all happening automatically for me. So I teach you how to have it do this for you automatically, just literally automatically earn money for you while we're talking. So it's kind of hard to pull these things up here to show you quickly, but the bottom line is, on the amounts of money that I have in these pools, I'm earning almost $300 or $400 a day on less than $15,000. Actually, I'm earning more than that, about $300 or $400 a day just off of $15,000. So how hard do people work to make $150 or $200 a day, right? How hard do they work to do that? Could you retire on a small amount of money like that? Well, I mean, you could take some time off. You could certainly, you know, use that money to help overcome the problems that we're having with inflation. You know, let's say you're a housewife or a single mom, and you just need to fight the inflation. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I go to the supermarket. It seems like it's costing me twice as much to buy food as it was just a year ago. Not just a few percentage higher. It's like I can't even believe how much money we spend just on food. So while we've been talking here already, I just made $28 off of 13,000. And it doesn't matter to me whether the WETH or the EDC goes up or down. I'm still making this money. I'm going to collect those fees right now. Collect. And it will just go into my wallet in a couple seconds. And if I wanted to withdraw the whole position, I could do that. But I just leave it in here and I focus on generating these fees here. All right. So that's what it looks like. If you buy my course is designed for people who have no experience at all in cryptocurrency. If you have experience, you could just come in. This is what it looks like when you buy my course. If you have no experience, you can go through the Crypto Quick Start course. If you click on that, literally everything is done by video. Okay, so I've designed a course so that someone with no experience can go through all these videos within 5 hours. You can be in your first pool and making money. All right, so these are how to install the wallets, how to install the different wallets that we use. This is how to, put funds into the wallets from Kraken, how to open up an account at Kraken. That's what we use in the course. So it's all just done by videos. And then if you go and say you do already have experience, you can already buy cryptocurrency, you can just click over here to the liquidity pool trading course, and it will literally step by step into your first pool. It's a learn by doing course. Obviously, it gives you a similar overview to what I just gave you in some of these videos here. And that's all you do. You just watch the videos step by step, chunk by chunk. And then by that time, you'll be into the first pool over here. It goes through pools on different blockchains, on different exchanges. Okay. And I update every 2 weeks the picks that I have. See my latest liquidity recommendations. I update that every couple of weeks and tell you how to get into those pools. And then we have a call every 2 weeks for people who buy the course. You can get on that Zoom call if you have questions. It's usually just people celebrating and just sharing some stuff that they have. That's the live meetings. There is support. You get a phone number, you get an email. We get back to you as soon as possible, provided that you've gone through the courses. If you have any trouble, I haven't had anybody call the support. I've had people show up to live meetings to celebrate. There's a FAQ And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all I have to say to you. You can either try to spend a month or two trying to figure this out for yourself, or you can be in it in 5 hours. And you can also have access to support. You can have access to new things that we're coming out with. I'm actually building tools um, for the people in my course that nobody else in the world has access to, that we're going to really get you trading fast. There's so much to know about how to trade pools that you can spend weeks trying to figure this out. Um, Even I don't know everything because there's new things coming out all the time, and I do this for a living. Okay. So I'm just cutting through all the garbage for you. There's other guys that have courses out there. I'll tell you about that right now. They're selling my courses for $4,500. It takes you a couple weeks to get into your first pool because they're really just, I mean, some of these guys are my friends, but they're just giving you too much information. My thing is like, we don't have time for this. Just show me how to get in step by step. Boom. Okay. That's my goal. So that's what I have, guys. That's what I want to share with you guys. And I'm also doing funds. People need to want to have their funds managed. If there's a part you could also request to done for you, where you can pay us to and set up your wallet for you, get the first pools going for you. We also have, I'm willing to fly out to where you are, but all that costs money. If you want me to train a few people, um, all these options are on the table. But the entry thing is really just get the course. And, because of the relationship that I have with Anthony, and the respect that I have for what he's trying to do over the last few years, when I've seen his video and found him online, I'm giving you guys a huge discount off of what the course normally costs, which is it's normally $2,700, but for you guys, it's much lower if you use the link that Anthony is providing for you. About $650 right now.
Awesome, awesome. That's incredible. A lot of information that you shared today. I mean, I feel like this was the actual course today with all the information that you shared. So, some things that I wanted to highlight really quick is, and I hope everybody was paying attention and taking notes as Eric was breaking everything down. But I want to highlight that you said, I think it was like 15K, you were earning somewhere around $300 per day, right? And
Hmm.
I believe that is incredible. And this earning is 7 days a week because crypto is 7 days a week, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So if we're looking at, and I don't know if you guys understand this, but you're looking at over a six-figure thing in an annualized basis, if it works like this always. Now, of course, we're not making any guarantees. Neither one of us are financial advisors. We don't give financial advice, and it's not intended to be this. But I want to tell you guys that if you just look at that on an annualized basis, over six figures off of 15,000 would be amazing. Even the potential of that, right? The other thing is, because I like to look at things that people can get acclimated with very quickly. And I love what you said is that somebody can purchase the course and start and get into their first pool within 5 hours. That is absolutely phenomenal because that means that the average everyday person can do this. And I think it's an expedited process for those who are familiar with crypto. So they understand crypto wallets, buying, purchasing, sending and receiving crypto. If you understand all of that, then you can actually get started a little bit quicker than someone that's a total novice to the crypto space, right?
Hmm. Yep,
So
absolutely.
absolutely. That is absolutely phenomenal. So I really like this. Now I know you said people could get into pools for as little as $100 for those of you all who just want to get in and get your feet wet first to try it out to see if you could do this. Now, one thing I want to ask you, Eric, because I know a lot of people in my community are going to be asking about this. With everything, we love the huge potential upside, but what's the potential downside to this? What is some of the things that could happen? Some of the risk that are involved with the liquidity pools and that type of thing. If you could explain that for us, that would be
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd be happy to explain that to you. And the way I'd like to explain that to you is by looking at, I'm going to show you an example here. So I'm going to share my screen again with you. And let me get to the screen sharing part here. The only real risks that you have come from the fact that your capital resides in um, cryptocurrency. right? So, and what I mean by that is, there's a lot of people out there that trade to different cryptocurrencies, and they're looking for a boom or a bust, or whatever it is. They might think that Bitcoin is going up or Bitcoin is going down. But let's take an example here of some screenshots. Okay, so the first thing I just want to point out something too, that I think it's kind of cool that you can take $7,000 and make $500 in 4 days. So I mean that's some people, that's their whole all amount that they need to live on. But this is a good example here, because Solana, on the Solana blockchain, has been going down because they had problems with the blockchain itself was having congestion on it. And that kind of happens on some of these newer blockchains, like when Polygon first came out. You guys might remember there was some congestion on that. They had to do some redesign. Well, the demand for Solana is so high right now that on that blockchain and that coin, that they were experiencing congestion that occurred over the last started happening about 2 weeks ago. And what that boiled down to is it's very hard to get in and out of these pools because it was taking a long time to get in and out. So my solution to that was, for the amount of money that I had in the Solana blockchain, I would just let it ride in there and not try to take it in and out, just let it ride. And so the price of Solana has been going down. It went from about 160 down to, I think today it's about 130. But to be honest with you, I really don't care. Okay, so the risk is that your capital, this part that you deposited, the balance amount will go down, right? That's because Solana goes down, or maybe Jupiter goes down, right? So the funny thing is that I want to share with you, though, is that when the price goes down, it's usually because people are doing a sell-off or trading. And I'm actually just still I've made more pending yield during the time that they've been trading out of it than I have just over a normal couple days when there's not a lot of trading. So the more trading there is, remember, I'm getting commissions on all the trading. So I don't pay attention to the risk. As you say, is that these numbers would go to zero. But from where I came in, it's already lost 30%. Okay, since the time I started trading the Solana pairs, about it's lost more than that since 4 months ago. But guess what? I'm still making the exact same amount of yield that I was, even though it's been cut almost down by a third. So that's the risk, right? So I don't worry about that anymore. These prices go up and down of these coins. Everybody knows that Solana is a major coin, so it's going to come back. Let's take a look at another example here. Over the weekend, okay, here's a position here that I have in Ethereum and Bitcoin. And the liquidity, again, this is what I call your capital that you put in the form of these two coins. This liquidity price, it goes up and it goes down with the price of the coins. Well, that's not another picture of that, but like the day before, trying to find an example here. So a couple days ago, it was up to $22,000. That's the capital that I deposited. Like, that's the amount, and then a few days ago, the price went down over the weekend because of whatever the political turmoil was in Israel. And do I care about that? No, I don't. Because actually the fees that I've been generating, when I click the remove the fees over here, have been just enormous. In fact, when the Israeli attack happened, sad as that is, it caused a lot of buying and selling in the markets, and I was earning fees like crazy over this weekend. And a funny thing that I'll tell you, funny quick story about that, is a friend of mine who's a trader of other things. I know a lot of professional traders. He sent me a text, and he said, "Are you jumping out of a window now because the market went down?" And I said, "Well, first of all, I mean, the market only went down, and Bitcoin, it wasn't like tremendous. Who's jumping out of a window?" It went down, but it wasn't anything worth jumping out of a window. But second of all, I was making a mint on all the trading that was going on. So even if the bottom dropped out of Bitcoin completely, I don't really care. But I mean, this is just a little blip to me. This isn't worth jumping out of a window. But even if it got cut in half, okay, I'm still earning fees. And when you think about the fact that I'm earning 20 to 30% per month, what do I care if it goes down 30%, right? I mean, I can just keep my money in for that month and now back up 30%, right? It would have to be a devastating, if it went down, 60%, I'd get my fees, I'd get my position back up in probably 2.5 months. So I don't really care. Those things don't frighten me, but that is the only risk, is that the capital that you invest will go down. The other risk is just inexperience. People will jump into pools that are very risky with like new altcoins and things like that. I don't do any of that. I just stick with the major pairs. If I don't know anything about the coin, I don't get involved in it. Occasionally, I will, dabble, do with a little bit of money, more like gambling, But even on those coins, I'm going to look up the news on the coin. Why would I want to be in this little coin? There's a couple good ones. There's Render. There's a couple good coins out there. Google recently amazingly bought into a project with a coin, and I put some in mobile was the name of that one. And the people were pouring into that coin. So I mean, geez, I went in for one day and I made about 10% off the funds I had in on that day. So, but that's not something I advise novice people to do, because that's just, now you're taking unnecessary risk, and that will tempt people to do crazy stuff. They'll go in and they'll see, oh wow, I can make 50% today on this. And it's like, just don't do it. Just don't, unless you really know what the hell you're doing, don't try. So,
Absolutely. I don't get in this to gamble. We're looking for some strong long-term things. So I don't suggest anybody gets into this to gamble. So it's good to see that we understand the risk of it. Like like you said, in this the regular things with crypto, the price is going to go up and down. But the great thing is that we are not necessarily worried about that, because you're on the liquidity provider side where you get paid according to the trading that's done, not because you are trading. So
right.
that's a powerful thing, and that's a powerful position to actually be in. And it's good to hear that you said you stay in the major currency pairs, and it's not just trying to take advantage of the meme coin run and all of that type of stuff, because we understand what happens with that stuff. It goes up fast, but it comes down just as fast or twice as fast. So that's some of the stuff that people need to keep in mind. But I believe this is a viable option. One of the strongest options that we have to actually get some passive income and maintain the control of your crypto, which is so important. Like, you could go in and you can end that. So, and I think you explained this, but you can go in and end that position that you're in whenever you want to, and collect on that whenever you feel like it, right? So it's
Uh-huh.
not a long term, like you're stuck into a long term contract, or you got a long term obligation or anything like that. When you've made some money and you want to exit that pool, you can exit that pool.
Yeah. And the beauty of it is that, brother, I don't even deal with the meme coins or anything else, because I'm busy with other stuff, man. I'm hanging out with my kids. I'm building a treehouse in the backyard. This trading is making me money while I'm living my life. I've got stuff I'm doing for the course. I'm going to a fund managers convention this weekend, so I'm living my best life, brother. I mean, this is like a gift from God, because I used to work so hard to have to get those kind of returns a month, even when we developed software for these firms. So this is a blessing. I think that this market and these pools are probably going to be around for another 4 years. Maybe the technology might become obsolete by then, but now's the time to get in there and make the money. Now's the time to take advantage of it. Once you see how this works, all you're going to be thinking about all day long is, how can I get more money out of that? How can I get more money? Because it's just such a blessing. You just do your thing. And I mean, I've gone on vacation for 2 weeks. I don't check some of the pools. I just come back, take my money out. I know it's there. I know it's working. And I show you some tricks in here that you're just not going to learn anywhere else in the course. I mean, you can't just keep your money rolling in the Uniswap unless you know a way to do it. And I show you those ways, because I keep track of these things, and also we make our own software to make it roll for you.
That is incredible, man. That's incredible. So I want everybody that's listening to this video, like I said, hopefully you've been taking notes. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this video and us talking to Eric today. But what I want everybody to look at is this here. There's a significant discount because of the relationship we have with Eric, and he's doing this for our community. And I want to have the link to that in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and take advantage of it. Now, some of you are maybe looking at this and saying, how much is it? As Eric alluded to, it's around $650. Now, there's a lot of things that you could do with $650, right? And I say, that could be a good staycation weekend. That could be a nice pair of shoes. That could be, some nice clothes, or whatever it could be for you. But I want you to think about this. How many things can you do with $650 that's going to allow you to earn passive income and multiply your money, right? This is a great investment towards you understanding the liquidity pools. And that's one thing, you're getting the knowledge, and don't discount that. First of all, I always love getting knowledge because nobody can take knowledge away from you. Once you get into the course and you learn this information, it's a skill that you will have, that that you'll learn and you'll have to actually multiply money. Most people understand how to make money. Some people understand how to manage money, but how many people really know the skill of multiplying money? And this is a very rare skill that you will learn, which you can actually introduce your family members, your friends, and things like that, because now you are in the know. So I want to tell you guys that you want to really take a good look at this course. Think about getting involved. If you've been looking for ways that you can be in control of your crypto but still earn passive income, this could be it. You don't have to tie up your funds for a long period of time. No, 2, 3, 6 months. If you need to get out of a pool, you can get out of a pool. If you need that money right now, you can go ahead and get that crypto right now. But for those of you who want to let it earn for a long period of time for you, you can actually let it sit in there, let it continue to earn for you. So guys, once again, this is my call to action. Take a look at the information. Go in the description of this video or the first pinned comment. Click on the link that's in there. Check out the information for yourself. If you need to talk to myself, or if we need to bring Eric back, we'll try to work something out we could bring him back to see more information and things like that. But we want to get you started as soon as possible, because I believe this is one of the strongest ways that we're going to earn passive income in 2024. And I'm so glad that Eric took some time out of his day to actually bring this information to us and bring this value to us, that I believe is going to be an absolute game changer. So Eric, I want to ask you, are there any last words that you want to share with the community today before we get off of here?
I just think that, guys, I mean, I've been trading everything. I've done it all. I've seen everything. I've put money into the hands of other people to manage, which I rarely do. And this is literally a gift from God. I didn't invent this, but I stumbled onto it. I've become if you want to call me, an expert on it as best I can. I focus in on this right now. I'm launching funds to trade this right now. I work with other fund managers, and this is all I trade for them. I provide them this solution. So this is a real thing. There are trillions of dollars in this market. The more people we bring in, the better it helps us. And yeah, I'm just really here for you guys, man. I'm so happy to be able to offer something to people that actually works. You know, I've never made a course on anything before because I never saw anything. I believe in this, and I'll help anybody in your community that that needs help. If you want to put a something on to Telegram or whatever, I'll check it out myself occasionally if people have questions. Yeah, I want them to succeed in this. And it's not hard. I don't get a lot of most of the feedback I get from everybody. I got about 60 people in the course right now. Everybody's just happy. They send me messages. I already made my money back. They come on the calls every 2 weeks and share their experiences. Sometimes they find really good pairs, and that's great too. So yeah, all that. That's all I wanted to share. It's a real deal.
Awesome. Well, that's absolutely phenomenal. Thank you once again for doing this. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and add a topic in the Game Plan to 100 Grand group for the liquidity pools. Eric is in that group, so he'll be able to engage with you at his convenience. You guys don't expect him to be in there 24/7, but he'll be able to help out with answering some questions and different things if you guys have those. I'll put the link to get started in there, and I will drop this video in there so people can easily access that as well. So that'll be a resource for you guys. If you're not in the Game Plan to 100 Grand group yet, you definitely want to go ahead and get in there. I'll put that link in the description and in the first pinned comment as well, so that you guys can get in there also. So this is going to be a phenomenal journey. I'm excited to be on this journey with you, Eric, and we'll talk again offline about some ideas and things that I have. But I thank you for being a valuable resource to myself and so many others in the space. I believe what you're doing, like you said, is a godsend, and it's going to help so many people get into the financial position that they really want to be in. So once again, really appreciate you, and thank you for all you do.
All right. God bless you, man.
All right, thank you. You guys have an absolutely phenomenal day. Our motto, guys, as we wrap up, we're going to invest wisely. We're going to invest well. We will only invest what we're willing to lose, but we're investing for the opportunity to win. Until the next video, I hope you guys have an absolutely phenomenal day, and I am out. Peace.